Joining us now, New Jersey's Republican gubernatorial candidate, Jack Ciattarelli. Jack, but I was looking, it was the Emerson College poll that has you just in a dead even tie with Mikie Sherrill. What has helped you pull just neck and neck with her?
We were in the field last week with 3 days of polling. We've got it with a 1-point lead. Her camp has it as a dead heat. And as you said, Emerson PIX has it as a dead heat. People have had it. They've had it with 8 years of failed Phil Murphy policies on taxes, on spending, public safety. Nonviolent crime is through the roof. Overdevelopment in our suburban communities. People's monthly electric bill is going through the roof. It's all been a complete failure for 8 years, and she's endorsed every one of the current governor's policies. We're going to remind people that every day, but there's nothing she won't blame on the president. Her whole campaign is based on lies and built around her experience in the military and at the Naval Academy, but we saw what happened with regard to the revelations that came out yesterday.
You know, I saw an interview with her talking about her growth in net worth, and if your net worth goes up 2-3 times, she gets asked the question, how did that happen? And she's not even aware of it. How in the world are you going to be able to run a state like New Jersey if you can't even figure out your own finances in your own home?
I mean, that was pretty embarrassing. Who wouldn't know if their net worth had tripled in 6 years' time? Who wouldn't know if there was $7 million more in your equity accounts than there were 6-7 years ago? And here's what we do know. She had to pay fines for breaking the federal law on stock trades and stock reporting for a congressperson, and the New York Times reports that while sitting on the House Armed Services Committee, she was trading defense stocks. I mean, even if that is not illegal, it doesn't pass the sniff test. People hate it when you use public service to enrich yourself.
Yeah, it went up to $11.3 million, according to, on the high end, her net worth. That's a 2.6 time increase by 2.6 times based on the filing in 2019. And then when asked, Jason brought it up, she said, I'm paraphrasing, but don't trade individual stocks. But I wonder, Jack, if how much of that will hurt her, but really it's the policies of all the Democrats. And you mentioned the energy crisis, and it is a crisis. I just moved to New Jersey last year. Nothing makes people in the Garden State more angry than what has happened to their electricity bills. According to the Energy Information Administration, relief is not expected this fall. The EIA is forecasting an average monthly electric bill of $127 for Mid-Atlantic. That's an 8% increase from last fall. It's coming off a brutal summer of a 20% electric increase. But in New Jersey, there was plentiful electricity until Phil Murphy basically shut down all the coal plants, reduced our natural gas generation capacity in the state. And this past spring, there was a 17% rate increase that was passed. How much is that helping you?
It's a big help. I mean, listen, I wish that New Jerseyans were never getting this pain from their monthly electric bill, Dagan, but you're spot on. In 7.5 years, Phil Murphy shut down 6 different electricity generation plants, put a moratorium on natural gas-fired electricity generation, didn't expand our nuclear capabilities in South Jersey, didn't accelerate solar on the rooftops of all the warehouses that have gone up, and bet it all on wind. And so what happened? We used to be an electricity exporter. We used to produce more than we needed. Today, we have to import it, and we're paying through the nose. It's been another complete failure, and my opponent has doubled down. Nobody wants those wind farms off our Jersey shore. I'm grateful to the president for putting a temporary halt on those wind farms. I'll make it permanent, and we'll get back to using natural gas to producing electricity. And I'll also, on day one, by executive order, pull us out of the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative. RGGI is a carbon tax policy. The air's no cleaner, electricity is only more expensive, and it's costing ratepayers $500 million a year. I can lower their rates on day one. Homeowners, tenants, and businesses, we need that desperately.
Jack, you're out there talking to voters every day. What are the top issues? How do you contrast yourself versus your opponent? What do you think is going to be the difference when we get to the finish line?
I think people like, Jason, that I'm a Jersey guy. The Ciattarellis have been here for 100 years, and 3 generations of us have all achieved the American dream in New Jersey. We've all been business owners, but taxes is always what's on everybody's mind. And last week's debate gave us the opportunity to set the record straight. My opponent's been blatantly lying about me with regard to taxes. And I was asked, I said, listen, no taxes are going up. There's 2 that are going down, income taxes and property taxes. And when she was asked that question, she said, I'm not going to commit to anything. So let me see if I get this. You're lying about my tax policy and saying I'm going to raise them. But when you were asked, she said she wouldn't commit to anything. It was an astonishing moment during the debate.
And you also got the police union backing you. And they previously backed Phil Murphy. So that's in your pocket.
And here's the reason why, Dagan. Here's the reason why. The current Attorney General, who my opponent has said she's willing to consider reappointing, has been the most politically motivated and anti-police Attorney General we've ever had. He's handcuffed our local police in so many different ways, and that's why we've seen this spike in nonviolent crime, the break-ins, the car thefts, and flash mobs at the malls in Jersey Shore. He also supports, as does my opponent, cashless bail. Cashless bail has created a professional criminal who's learned how to game the system. We're getting rid of that on day one.
Boom. Jack Ciattarelli, great to see you. We will see you again soon. The bottom line did reach out to Mikie Sherrill to invite her on this show, and we have not heard back.